Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo at Bird Street Studio, and I'm here to do my second attempt at Roxy's weekly challenge, week 1. What happened was the only thing that my camera saved was the second part to the video. I didn't have the first part. So I thought this project in general is one that I probably was going to do more of anyways, so I thought just re-record whatever. Anyways, what Rachel mentioned in her video, that her challenges this year are going to be geared around things you can put in journals, and that is right up my alley. What I did last year, I'm sure you all, anybody that followed me knows, I only participated in the weeks where I thought I could use whatever it was that she made. If I didn't feel that it was going to be usable to me on a regular basis, then I didn't do that challenge that week. And when I made that decision that I wasn't going to try to pressure myself to make something every week, I enjoyed the challenge so much. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Now what Rachel did is Rachel took like her glue pages, like I glue on here, and then I tear them off and I fold them and I keep them here. What she did is she used her glue pages to make Masterboards and then cut it down into ephemera. And excuse me, kind of did like a mass make, like she was going to cut them down. She did decorate some, but I'm so sorry. I don't know what he's barking at. Anyways, I use my glue pages for pockets, belly bands, horizontal, vertical pockets and belly bands where you don't need to see the back side. So I don't back these. I just kind of collage on them or do whatever I do with them, and that's it, because you can't see the back. So it wouldn't have been useful for me to use these because I already used them for something else. But what I don't use is papers that are print-offs, like if I'm just trying to design a digital kit, or I have leftover scrapbook paper like this from, I don't even want to guess what year this is. It just says artwork copyrighted. But I was doing scrapbooking 40 years ago. So this could have been anything from 40 to 20 years ago. I don't know. And this is a print-off. When I was trying to design something for my mushroom thing, it's a print-off. So I thought I would use these and kind of show you how I kind of start with Masterboards. Sorry, I had to take a sip of coffee. Now, y'all know I have a math book, Masterboard. This is my math book, Masterboard sheets that I glue my scraps into, and I try to do them by color. Like this one here is just started. I haven't finished it. This one's finished. They're not backed, okay, because I don't know what I'm going to use them for. But I have this. But I also am always looking for ways to use these papers that I wouldn't normally use. And I thought this would be a good idea. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put this one aside, and we will do this one first. I want to look at my scraps and kind of put them together by kind of color. This is going to be hard for me to show you all that I have in here, the scraps. But I was kind of liking the idea of blue. I just did an accordion journal. It was Amy at Crafty Cat. It was a challenge kind of thing, and I participated in that. So I have some blue stuff. I don't know if I have any other blue stuff. Oh, that's kind of blue. Some of these are large, like I could actually do something with some of these, so I don't want to use them as a masterboard. This has blue on it, but I don't know. This is an overprint that's got kind of, it's turquoise really. So let me see what we have in here. I'm going to probably put you on pause, and I'm going to try to separate into two piles. I want to do maybe a blue if I have enough, and another maybe neutral or something like that. And then I'll come back and we will start from there. Okay, I'm back and I've got kind of three big piles. I've got the blues, I've got some, I don't know, these are kind of like darkish colored things. Oops, that one goes over there. And then I've got kind of florally kind of colors. So I thought we would start with these, but it kind of is exciting because if you take all of this out of my scrap bag is smaller. I love it. So this is kind of where we're going to start. We may do 3, we may just do 2. But I'm going to sit down and we'll see what we can put together. I think I might start with this blue set. So I'm going to move these over if I can. I need to get a sip of coffee. And I need to, oh, my glue stick. Okay, so I'm going to move my blue pieces over a little bit. Here's the paper we're trying to cover. Here's my glue book. So I'm just going to start gluing things down. Is this light enough? Should I turn the light on? Let me check. Oh, that's way better. That's way better. Okay. And I think I'm in camera. And let's get gluing. I think that what I might do is fast forward you through all of this. I'm not going to explain where I got all the papers from and that right now. So that way we can maybe do 3 sheets. Okay, so that took care of a lot of our blue scraps. And now I want to put this one aside and work on one other one. And I'm going to do the same thing, kind of fast forward through that. And then we'll come back and see where that takes us. As much as I was really drawn to wanting to do the floral one, I kind of need to cover up this paper right here. And that kind of calls to using these darker, maybe more neutral kind of shades. So that's where we're going. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I will fast forward you through so you can watch. If you don't want to watch, scrub through till you get further along, and then we'll come back and see where that takes us. Oh, I need to change this. It's getting rather sticky. So now we've got our second page done. This one's pretty dark and bright. And then we have the blue one. And let me check the time and see if we have time. I think we do. So let me pick out another backing paper and let's work on the floral one. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So give me just a second to get another piece of paper. Okay, so here's one. This, I mean, really, can you tell from the design how old this is? It's like pretty old. But the good thing about these pages when you get done is they are white on the back side. Well, other than right here. So we don't need to back them, which I like. So let's just go ahead and see what we can come up with for this sheet. I think I could make a whole lot of floral ones because I have these pieces right here that are like quarter page. I could use those for something. So let me maybe put those aside because I could use these for something else. I have this piece which I love, which let me see if I have 5.5 would be right about there. So I could use this little piece for collage and still have a sizable piece to use in a journal or for something. So let's tear this piece right here and we'll save that with those. And this, not quite, we could probably put it right along there. I think that'd be pretty. But if I want, I think I'm gonna separate it a little. Because remember, when we cut these up, it's gonna look very different. I think this piece we might put right up here. I think so. And I know you can't yell at me, or maybe I'll put it this way. You can't yell at me if I go off screen, but bear with me because my camera's up there and I can't see down through it, and I don't have a mirroring program. I'm still a rookie at this. So I can't tell if I'm on camera or off camera or what. Okay, so this one came out really pretty, really pretty. Actually, they all came out really nice. You can see how, like, if you sort your scraps kind of by colorish style, how you can really get some unique pages. So I'm going to get my cutter and put these other papers away, and let's try to cut these up and see what we can get out of them. Okay, so I've got my cutter, and the only thing I wanted to do is just check the backs and see if there's anything I need to trim off at all. And there's a little bit, but I don't think it's enough to even worry about right now. We can just go ahead and cut. Okay, so we just kind of want to see what we can get out of these. And I know for a fact that this is such a beautiful sheet that I would love to get some belly bands and or pockets out of this. So y'all know I don't, you know, I say it every time, and that's for new people. I use my cutter upside down. So if you have a cutter like this and your arm is up at the top, I can't see it up there. I can't see these numbers up there. I can barely see them down here. So when I make a belly band, like a vertical belly band, they're usually about 8 1/4 by 2 3/4 or 3. Now I notice that this one is a little bit off, so I'm going to square that up first. I'm going to take just a smidge off of there. Yeah, and get the over where okay. So I'm not going to worry about the top side, like how long it is this way, because this is 8 1/2. I'm not going to worry about cutting that down right now. When I put it in a journal, I'll snip off what I need. That'll be one, and I love it already. Isn't that pretty? One. Then let's make another one, about 2 3/4. Okay. And then that leaves us with a piece that is about 5 1/2, which would make really good pockets. So let's make a pocket that's 2 3/4. And to tell that this is a pocket, I'm going to go ahead and put a thumb notch in it. Now you can, if you have a circle punch, you can use that. I'm going to just go ahead and use my, I don't know what direction, maybe this direction. I'm going to go ahead and use my tab punch. I'm going to put a little thumb notch, maybe right about there. Okay, so that'll tell me that's a pocket. And then this one, it looks like we could actually get, let me see, that's, so if it's 5 1/2, and a little over 5 1/2, let's do it this way. So that would be 2 1/2, 2 5/8, something like that, a little more. So let's make a couple of tags. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So let's make a couple of tags that are right about there. I don't know how big those are, but they are pretty. So they're not the same width, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the tops of these so we know that they are tags. Let me get my scissors. And again, like I said, we can decorate, but these can go in your to-do box, but we don't have to do anything to the back because they're already white. And these, it doesn't make a difference because they are, say it, Tommy, spit it out. They will not be seen on the back. I don't know if I want to cut this one a little longer, I think. Make it wide? No, I think longer. Like this, and then turn it over and do it like this. Beautiful. Okay, so out of there we got 2 belly bands, a pocket, and 2 tags. Let's pull our other ones. It's our blue one, and it doesn't look like I need to do any trimming. And normally people will turn their Masterboards over and cut them this way. In this instance, I want to see how far out this door is. If I were to cut this at 3 inches, it would kind of give me part of the door. And I kind of like that. So I'm going to cut that right there. And that'll be either a pocket, it might be a side pocket, or a belly band. But these, I want to cut into either journaling cards or tags or something. So let's see what we got then. We have 8. So if we do 4 It's 8 by 8.5. So we do 4 by 4 1/4. I think so. So let's do, this side would be 4 1/4, right? Or they're about 4 1/4. Yes. We do 4 1/4 by 4. Then we have two really cool journaling cards, and I'm going to go ahead and round the corners, and that'll kind of tell me what they are. Whoops. And I'm using the 1/4 inch rounder. I don't think Rachel uses a rounder. She just snips the little corners off hers, and they are beautiful. So, and then this, I think we're going to make into small tag. We'll make a journaling card this size and a small tag. So let's cut our tag. I think I'm going to do it like this. That there's a tag, and then this one is a journaling card, and I'm going to use my 1/2 inch rounder. I love this journaling card. And again, they're not decorated, but I think we're going to take a couple and decorate them. Okay. I think we should have enough time to cut the other one. Okay, what are we going to make out of this one? Because I use my glue sheets for pockets and that, I tend to not make that many pockets, but this one kind of is calling for me to make. Okay, so if I do 2 1/2, let's do 2 3/4 like this, okay? And then do 5 1/2. I can make a couple of pockets out of these, and I think I want this one to go like this and this one to go like this. So I'm going to go ahead and make some thumb notches right here. 1, 2, okay, and then let's make, this is a pretty one. See what 3 will take us in this one, because this would make a really nice tag with that building up there. So let me get this in here. So make a tag out of this one. Okay, and then out of this, I think we could make, how wide is this? This is 8 by almost 6. So we could make 4 by 6. We could make 2 journaling cards, 4 by 6, around there. They'll be close. And they are beautiful. I love them. Okay, so we got all of them cut, and I want to go ahead and, because I don't have to back these, I can go ahead, I round the corners of my tags, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with the 1/4 inch on my tags. I also like to round the corners of my journaling cards. When you round the corner or cut it at a diagonal, it makes it easier to go into pockets or tucks. The point doesn't get caught on anything then. Okay, so there's those. And let's bring our blue ones. We've got this one cut already. We want to cut the bottom of this with our 1/4 inch. Okay, and that's good. So we've got those, and then we want to cut the bottom of our tags here. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I got a Dick Blick haul. Kurt got me a $100 gift certificate, I think, at Dick Blick, I think it was. And I needed to get some stuff for my Copics, but I got all kinds of distress oxides. I'm so excited. So today I printed out a sheet that has labels so I store my, I wish I could show you, but my camera's my phone's what I use. When I have these, I have a thing that holds all my ink pads. I store them upside down. And the reason I do that, somebody told me that the ink will go to the top of the pad if you do that. So then when you pull it out, it's always got the ink on top. So if you store them like this and you're not getting ink, that means you need to re-ink. But that's what I was told, so then I will put my label on. If you hold it this way, it'd be upside down, but it'll be right side up like that. So I printed a whole bunch of labels. I measured and printed them on label paper, and I'm going to do that this afternoon. Okay, so let me just see what we want to decorate. Okay, put this away. Okay, let me look in my drawer and see what I have over here that we could decorate with. Oh. Oh, that would look good on a blue one, huh? Like that. Okay, I have this moth that I had on something else, and I pulled it off. And I had this and we could use this. I have some of these. So let's just kind of see what we got. You know, this would be really pretty if we did something like this. We need to back this somehow. Let me see what I have in my cardstock. Or, you know what? I might have. Oh, that's not going to be wide enough. Nope. Okay. I was getting all excited. Nope. It's got to be something a little darker or something. Let me see what we have. What do we have? Oh my gosh, look at this. This is my cardstock stuff. Cardstock scraps. I have black. Oh, that would be kind of different, huh? I also have green. I also have red. I don't think I want red. Of course, I have gold and white. Nope. I kind of, actually, even though that doesn't match that, I kind of like it. But I see I have a black and white as well. kind of liking that. I know it's kind of weird looking, isn't it? But I kind of like it. So let's go ahead and I think I want a little bit more showing than that. So I'm going to put it this way. And I'm actually going to go ahead and glue that on. Maybe we'll get this one and maybe one more decorated. I don't know. We'll see how much time we have. This is weird that I like that color, but I do. I do. Yep, I like it. Okay, so I don't want to glue it on yet, but I sure do like that. I do like this too, but I don't know if I want it there. I might want it on one of the blue ones. Look at this one. Oh, these are cardstocks. What if I put that there, totally turned it around, put this here, and where's our go-tos? You know what I have? Looking to maybe break up that blue a little bit. I think I like that, so excuse me just a minute. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to get a sip of coffee and I'm not sure where that cough came from. But we got it handled. Okay, I kind of like this on here, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And it breaks up the blue a little bit. And I'll show you something else that you can do to break up color. You can use white, black, gold, whatever you want, and make marks. All you're trying to do is break up the color a little bit. That's it. And then I just want to put this on here because this has a number that's upside down, and I want to use my Precision Craft, whatever this is, Barely Art Precision Craft glue. And I'm just covering up that number, that's all. the only reason I'm putting that there. And then this we want to put on here, maybe this way. And I want to get, I bought stamens like Louisa Heinzel said to do. And I think Barbara at 49 Dragonflies did as well. And we're gonna pull one out and see if we can't get that behind this moth. What do you think? Think we can? I think we can, she said, like the little engine that could. Yes, that'll work. Okay. I actually pulled this off of, it's 2 moths, and I pulled it off of something. I can't remember what I pulled it off of, but it was just recently. And once I took it off, I was like, oh my gosh, I really love that. Okay, I'm going to put a lot of glue right there. See if I can get this on there. And then I will, once I get this down like this, I will stick this behind and try to make it come out the top, sort of. There, I like it. And then we're going to trim off the side. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue these on. And that one's already glued, so we just have to glue this part on. Without gluing your hand, Tommy. Jeez. One of those days. But like I said, Rachel used her glue pages for these. I just covered up paper that I would not normally use otherwise. And I'm glad, because I'm always looking for ways. I'm close to the end. It has taken me almost a year to go through 3 pads of scrapbooking paper. And I'm close to done using it up, which I'm excited about because I didn't want to throw it away and I couldn't figure out any other way to use it. So I think we're going to call this a video that since we have decorated a couple pieces. So let's just recap here. We did one paper we covered in kind of pinkish colors, and we cut them down to make 2 either vertical belly bands or side pockets if I cut thumb notches in there. And we made a pocket, a horizontal pocket there. Excuse me. And we've got 2 beautiful tags here. And then we've got, out of this one, we made 2 really good size journaling cards. And they can go horizontal, vertical, however you want them to go. And 2 beautiful pockets and a tag, all out of 1 page. And then the blue one, which we actually decorated, we made a long horizontal pocket or belly band. And we made a small journaling card. I love it. We made a large journaling card. Here, look at this. These numbers and letters are from Amy at Crafty Cat. That's where this blue digital came from. And in addition to those, we actually made a tag and a journaling card that we decorated. So Rachel, thank you so much for your inspiration in this weekly challenge. And even though I didn't use my glue pages, I did make Masterboards, and I think I'm going to have some beautiful ephemera when I'm done. So thank you very much. Thank you to my subscribers, past, present, and future. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you join the channel. Ring the bell if you want to see when I upload new videos. I try to upload Tuesdays and Fridays, and if I can on Sundays, but not every Sunday, almost every Sunday. But Tuesdays and Fridays are my goal days to upload videos for you. So Thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.